right, here we go. And as we do here in the Stronger Together podcast, we try to model what real life in schools is all about. And we have a little curveball today. You notice we don't have our headphones on. We have an extra guest here today. It's going to be exciting. And it really was, for me, it was a definite yes when the request came in, because when we have our school leaders wanting to highlight the work of others in their schools, it's imperative that we highlight that every chance we get. So I do want to make sure to highlight the work of Tech and the work that they do throughout, because they've been a huge support and a huge help to us. So Rob, I think I can see your mic is muted, but make sure, and now it's not. Take it away.
Hi, thanks so much for having me again and co-hosting this amazing podcast where we're getting to showcase some really great people in the education world, and I'm meeting a lot of really interesting and fun people. So my name is Rob, and I do work for a company called Tech, TEQ. We're a technology education company based out of New York, but we're all over the United States, and we sell a lot of great products, but we believe in the total picture. So we don't just want to sell you a 3D printer or a robot or an interactive flat panel. We want to make sure that it's appropriate for your school or your district. And then once you get it in, we want to make sure your teachers are fully aware of how to use it, how to integrate it, and how to basically benefit the students with it. So it's just great being here. This is a wonderful conference so far, and I'm excited about our guests.
Absolutely. So we're going to bring them in right now. We're going to talk to these amazing school leaders. So I'm incredibly excited to welcome in the dream team of David and Jennifer. So welcome in on this curveball experience. How are you today?
Good, thank you. Great to be here.
Yes, same here. Great to be here.
So for those who don't know the work that you do or the roles that you're in, share a little bit about your work in your journey into education.
Sure, I'll start. So I'm David Levine, principal at Meadowbrook Elementary with Broward County Public Schools, which is a large school district in South Florida, where I'm excited to be up here in Orlando. I had attended FETC many years ago and then got reconnected 3 years ago, and just so excited to have wonderful professional development, to present, and to do exciting things like this podcast.
Hi, I'm Jen Held, and I am the primary literacy coach at Meadowbrook Elementary School under the leadership of Mr. David Levine here. It's my first time at this conference, and I am having a blast and love learning all about the technology available in our schools.
So Jen, I have to ask. We're going to dive right into this, because when I saw David's session, and then I see a second person coming. Did you actually write this? Is this because of you? Like, what's going on with this session? So if you two could share a little about your session tomorrow. It's at 11 o'clock. What's that session all about?
So we wanted to highlight teacher stress. We know that in this profession, it's very easy to get burned out. And at Meadowbrook, we want to do what we can to support our teachers. So as one of the members of our support staff, Mr. Levine came to me with this idea, and I was super excited to jump on it with him and to do research about teacher stress and what the biggest stressors are and ways that we can help teachers not get burnt out and not get stressed and stay in this profession, because we know that we do this because we love it.
And David, tell me about how you're going to, respond to the session title, but the work that you're going to share in this, because it is, as a building principal for 10 years, I understand the need for this, especially today.
Yeah, great question. We're seeing so many teachers leave the profession because of the challenges, and we're seeing teacher stress impact student achievement in a negative way. So we're just really looking for a two-way conversation. We don't have all of the answers, and we're looking forward to hearing what some of the solutions to addressing this challenge with teacher stress is in the counties and schools and districts around the U.S.
So it's interesting. I started off as a classroom teacher in New York. I was a K-5 teacher for 10 years, and I felt a lot of that stress, and I felt a lot of that pressure. And after 10 years, it kind of got to me, and I was one of those people that decided, I don't know if I can continue to do this. I transitioned into a role with a company where, as a professional developer, I'm able to get out there and work with teachers and try to help them find that goal and that pathway. And whether it's from my company, or there are so many wonderful companies out there, so I'm not trying to show for my company, but I'm trying to show for the concept that I always stress to administrators, I always stress to decision makers, you can buy all the tools you want, you can spend money on all the strategies that you think teachers can use, but one of the most important resources you can give them is training and professional development, because if they're not comfortable with the platform or with the methodology, they're not going to be able to send that over to their kids. So, it's important, if you don't want that teacher burnout and you don't want that teacher drop off rate, to make sure that they're provided with proper tools and resources that they need to move forward.
Absolutely, we couldn't agree more with that. For example, at our school, we put money aside in our budget to have ongoing professional development throughout the school year. So I'm one of 3 fabulous coaches at our school. So we collaborate a lot together to come up with professional development topics that our teachers are really interested in, and to make them, hands-on, fun, and to keep our teachers excited about being teachers.
What excites you about being a teacher?
Well, I love those aha moments. I am a 14-year teacher. The past 2 years, I've been in the role as a literacy coach for our primary teachers. Kindergarten, first grade are a sweet spot. And when you see a 5-year-old, sound out a word for the first time, I light up just as much as they do, because I know that they've worked so hard. And, it's just, cat. It's, yeah, you read cat. So, seeing aha moments just bring me so much joy.
So David, what excites you in this? This is a tech conference. Why aren't you at the principals conference or what? I know that, but for you, why is it important to have this ed tech lens on your leadership?
Yeah, I guess that makes me think about some of the presenters that I've seen over the past 2 days that are inspirational. And I'm also thinking about many of the vendors that we've talked to in the expo hall. We're excited to bring in 3D printers. We're excited to explore how Chat GPT and esports can be used at the elementary school level, just as a couple of examples. But at the end of the day, I'm excited for Ms. Hell to see this world and help me, because I can't do it all on my own. So she's able to help my lens to say, why don't we take a look at this opportunity, or why don't we find funding to take advantage of this resource, because this will match our needs, this will align with our professional development goals.
Absolutely. So, I know I agree with that. When I started as a principal, that was definitely something. I'm doing a session tomorrow on innovative leadership. What are some of the big wins that you two have had in your school around infusing this ed tech in learning?
Yeah, so I could start. We uniquely have a very large school. So Broward County Public Schools, almost 300,000 students, 300 schools. And we're from a school with a very large ESOL population. These are students that are learning Spanish as a second language, and their families, in most cases, have limited English. So that is one of the challenges we're facing with language acquisition, and what supports can we put in place to help ESOL students. The second piece that makes us unique is our large ESC population. So we are a school with a large autism spectrum disorder special program. We have 8 classes, over 100 students in our special program. So think about all of the unique needs that we have among students in Gen Ed, ESOL, and ESE. So Ms. Held and I have to be strategic to meet the needs of students.
Absolutely. And we want to make sure that we're meeting our students at their level. We want to, close those achievement gaps, and using some of the things that we've seen here, today and yesterday, I feel would really help support our learners.
So as you think back, when did you get here?
Yesterday
morning.
Okay, so you've been doing some sessions, and what has been one takeaway? Because for me, the power of FETC is taking something and implementing it in your work on Monday. What has been something that you've been like, wow, this really resonated with me?
For me, we went to one of the conferences this morning, one of the sessions, and it was lead like Ted Lasso. So, of course, we looked at it, we're like, oh, it's gonna be funny, so let's go. But I took away so many things about being a good leader. And, right now I'm a literacy coach, but I have aspirations to go and become, an assistant principal, hopefully one day a principal. So keeping how his leadership style is and, being kind all the time and, having that smile on your face, I learned, different things that I can take away from it. And then vice versa, things that I'm like, maybe I don't want to use that in my leadership style, but just hearing other people's ideas, the light bulb goes off.
I like it. Dave, what about you?
Yeah, it's going to be to challenge myself to come up with funding sources to
I like that.
To tap into taking advantage of some of these technologies, because there are so many great opportunities. I have funding. I just need to be strategic with it. Resources are limited, but the opportunity to empower teachers with these tech tools to be bigger, better, faster is so important. So we're here to talk about teacher stress, and I think with the right tools, the right training, the right strategic plan, we're going to be able to reach our goals. So we're excited.
Awesome.
So as the professional developer, one thing that I do when I go into any school, especially a new school that I'm working with, is I go to the administration, I go to the principal, the AP, the dean, and I invite them into the PD trainings. And oftentimes, I work in a school, so I know how busy a day a principal and an assistant principal have and how many fires they're putting out throughout the course of the day. And sometimes they say, well, you know what, you're doing software training, or you're doing 3D printing training, and I'm not really involved with that. But they always encourage the administrators to come in because, first of all, you need to be able to evaluate the teachers. In order to evaluate the teachers, you need to know what they're learning. But also, when you go into the classroom or you do hear the students talk about projects, the more you know about what's going on with the teachers, especially in the special needs schools, the more you speak that language and get involved in those conversations. So I really feel like that's a very important thing for all administrators, not just teachers to take advantage of every possible professional development opportunity, but for administrators to try to be a part of it if and when it's possible.
Yeah, exactly. Agreed. And at Meadowbrook, I'm, fortunate to have a leader like Mr. Levine and our intern principal, Ms. Thomas, that they're not afraid to get their hands dirty. They do come to the professional development sessions with us, and you can see them taking notes and asking questions. So, like, having leaders who are involved in that kind of thing, knowing that support's there is so important.
And I'd add to simply be here at FETC with 75% of my time in the expo hall speaking and looking at demonstrations of all of these amazing resources that are available for us. So thank you for the kind words.
Awesome. Well, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for sharing others' voices. Good luck with your session tomorrow. Look forward to seeing the work that you do. And we're going to end up on one last question for both of you separately.
Yeah, so answer individually, please. And go first. When you hear the term Stronger Together, the name of this wonderful podcast that we've been doing, what does Stronger Together mean to you?
You want me to go first? So for me, Stronger Together means like you can't be a leader alone. You need a strong team of people. You need to be a person who can collaborate and share ideas. So I'm a firm believer that you can't do anything alone, and you need others to complete the missions and to be a strong team.
Yeah, I'm going to answer similarly. There's no I in team, and it takes a team to reach our goals. I wouldn't be able to do it alone. I would be foolish to think I could do it alone. It takes the support of my support staff, my teachers, the district, the families, and for that reason, Stronger Together makes us think about we need a team to reach our goals.
Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping in. As you said, no, I and team, and make sure we continue to put we over me as we continue through this Stronger Together journey that we're on. Thank you both for stopping in.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.